I could really use a change of scenery. Yeah. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Yeah. Close the match 'cause they were handed down to me. But I'm still fly, I know. I'm still fly, let's go. It could all be worse, I could be a hater like you. It could all be worse. Pills to make the man, but that poison's gonna kill you. From the inside out. So right now, say it with your chest now, say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time to ride it out. It's your time. Oh, cheers to all the haters, 'cause you proved to me that rising to the top was my destiny. And you can see whatever from behind me, but I'm still fly, I know. I'm still fly, let's go. It could all be worse, I could be a hater like you.
All right.
Close to make the man, but that
Those who want to chew you from the inside out. It's time. Say it with your chest now. Say it with your chest. What's happening, everybody? Once again, it's 6 p.m. Sunday. Hey, what's going on? I'm glad to spend this holiday time period with you. It is Sunday after Christmas. I hope everybody's Christmas was wonderful, bright, and cheery. Okay? I hope it all worked out for you. I hope you got what you wanted. And if you didn't get what you wanted, I hope that you're able to get it in the future. Hey, always feels good to stay positive, doesn't it? I know. Well, let me make sure that I don't have, make sure I don't have any crazy voices, because I've been playing around with my voice changer. And let's get into the shameless plug so we can get that out the way and talk about the big thing that happened Christmas Day, which is Wonder Woman 84. So Shameless Plug goes a little bit like this. Thank you for watching the podcast recording here on youtube.com/goingfullnerd. If you haven't already done so and you're just stumbling across this, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications on when I'm online or when I post a new video. Guaranteed every Sunday I'm going to go ahead and be here recording the podcast. But you never know when I might drop that bonus content for you to go ahead and take a look at. In addition, you can check out the podcast that we record this for on its home, which is anchor.fm/goingfullnerd. Or you can check it out on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, pretty much wherever you consume your podcast listing needs. Just go and look for Going Full Nerd. No spaces, just Going Full Nerd. Plus, you can also check out some video game streaming on twitch.tv/goingfullnerd. Buy some cool merchandise on goingfullnerd.com. And follow me on Twitter, where you get a little more uncensored view of your boy Onyx, and that is twitter.com/Onyx, ONYXXX1969. Thanks a lot. Okay, now we got the shameless plug out the way. Hopefully I didn't miss anything other than telling you guys to like, share, and subscribe. And plus, hit this with a thumbs up. Please hit it with a like so I know that you're here, even if you do not chat. That lets me know we got some engagement. But anyway, let's move on. So, I know last week, the podcast, I pretty much promised, I said, yo, you know what? I'm not going to talk about Mandalorian, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Mandalorian in a future video. Well, I did not record that video. Christmas has just been a crazy time for me. There have been things that I pretty much had to cope with, had to deal with, but that's okay. I'm not going to let it bring me down. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay focused, and I am going to continue to move ahead. Now, let's get to the rest of this. All right. Now, the hype was real. It was real. It was really real. Let me take a sip of the adult beverage as I go. The hype was real. The Wonder Woman sequel finally hit theaters, sort of, sort of, kind of. And this movie was originally supposed to be released back in December of 2019. So it's a whole year later. But, because due to the pandemic, many theaters being closed, many blockbusters like this one, it was supposed to be, found themselves being pushed back. Now, I watched it myself on Christmas Day with the wife and my grandson because we do the superhero thing together as a close knit little family. And my granddaughter, she slept through it. I don't know. She stayed upstairs doing girl things. It is what it is. But here's the deal. Some people were just happy about this movie. And some say instead of being pushed back, it should have been pushed off of a cliff. Now, I'm like, oh my gosh, is it that bad? Was the problem? Well, let me tell you, before we even get started, let me hit you with the line. Warning. There may be some spoilers ahead. So if you did not see Wonder Woman 84, hey, continue to listen, continue to watch the video at your own risk. But if you're like me, you don't care about spoilers because you got to see it to get your own emotion, to get your own feeling, to say your own opinion. Because I am not a movie critic. I am not. I refuse to be classified as such. I am a regular dude like you, okay? And I'm going to say dude because I'm a guy, But to the dudes and dudettes out there, however you choose to identify, what I am going to say is this. It is all about how you interpret this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you what I call the good, the bad, the what the 80s, yeah, the 80s. Now, I'm going to say it. I am going to spoil it. But here we go. Everybody pretty much expects me to bash Warner Brothers superhero films because of my disagreement or my feelings towards how Zack Snyder made the core of Warner Brothers DC Comics superhero, meaning Superman and Batman, so dark, and how I treated those movies. I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't care for them. I'm going to say I didn't give them raving reviews. Okay. Now, a lot of people say I treated the lighter toned Warner Brothers movies like, oh my God, they were great. Like, Shazam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman. Okay. I enjoy those, the original ones, the first ones. Okay. No, it is. But I plan on taking that different approach about this movie, about Wonder Woman 84. Because just like in the reviews you see online, my house, I told you, me, my grandson, my wife watched this. We were split between the three of us, how we felt about the movie. Okay. We were split. The three of us had totally different opinions. Okay. Everybody had a totally different opinion. Now, although I don't think there was an extreme hate for the film. I didn't hate it. I don't think my grandson hated it. I know my wife didn't hate it. Okay. But let's take a look at the good, the bad, the what regarding this movie. So let's start off with the good. All right. We're going to start off with the good. First thing I'd like to do is I would like to thank Warner Brothers. Okay. Because as much as I like the movie theater experience, being able to stream this in the comfort of my own home was a benefit for me for so many reasons. For so many reasons. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Will theaters go away? Hopefully, never. We got to have the movie theater experience. The movie theater experience is something that is awesome. It is a place of magic. It is a place of excitement. It is a place where you could get out and you can feel the emotion of everybody in the room. It is what it is. Okay. But this option kept my anxiety, okay, regarding the current pandemic down. All right. It kept it down. All right. And the reason why I say kept it down, I ain't have to worry about somebody making noise in the back, coughing in the back of my neck, snoring, catching something I ain't got no business catching, because I already panic when I go have my panic attacks when I go grocery shopping and stuff that I gotta go do. So, to go do a recreational activity, I know people say, oh, don't worry, you gotta wear your mask, you keep it, that thing, I don't trust nobody because people are nasty. People are nasty, but that's a story for a whole nother time. All right, so thank you, Warner Brothers, for releasing this in theaters for those who wanted it in theaters, and thank you so much for releasing it on HBO Max so that I could see it. Okay, from the privacy of my own home, big screen TV, nice. Second thing that I kind of marked as good for this film, Gal Gadot. Now, I'm going to say it. She is a great choice as Wonder Woman. I'm happy for that. It is what it is. As somebody who grew up with Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, we're going to get more on that a little bit later. She is making her mark as a good modern day embodiment for this live action version. Okay. A great heir apparent. Thank you, Gal Gadot. Appreciate it. I like it. She does the character justice. She's a decent actress when it comes to this. It's banging. I dig it. Second thing I liked about the movie, Kristen Wiig. Okay. Kristen Wiig. She played Cheetah, Minerva, Dr. Minerva. All right, listen. We need her as the villain Cheetah in future films. We need a comeback on this one. Okay. The character design, awesome. We all seen the travesty that was Cats. People dressed up in cat costumes and all that. That was creepy. This is how it should have been done. This is how it should have been done. She looked great, even down to the tail. She made her villainous turn. That was awesome. I dug it. I could really see this character doing more if allowed, but the way the movie played out, I think we may have a one and done, folks, which is pretty sad because I think she would be a very, very good future villain for maybe a Legion of Doom. That would be so hot if they decide to do that. If they could get their act together, that would be cool. They already talking about Zack Snyder stuff with Deathstroke and Luthor and all this stuff. Hey, let's have a Cheetah, man. Let's have Cheetah. Green Lantern's coming up. Get a Sinestro up in this piece. Let's go old school Super Friends. Just, it is. But, it was real good. It was real good. So I give that credit. All right. Shout out to my people in DMV. Now, here's the thing. For those who don't know, DMV is not Department of Motor Vehicles. That's what we call the DC, Maryland, Virginia. A lot of this movie was shot in the Washington, D.C. area where I reside now. And I could dig it. Like, seeing places like Landmark Mall. I used to work in that mall part-time. So seeing the layout and everything, Landmark Mall, rest in peace. They getting ready to tear it down, make a hospital and some living complexes. It is what it is. Seeing the flashback, throwback, Fairfax County police cars, and that was kind of cool. That was great, and seeing the DC landmarks. That was awesome. For me and the wife sitting there like, oh, we were there. We've been there. We've been there. We've been here. We've been there. We've been everywhere. Savoy's Fair. That was kind of cool. I dug it. But I will say, come on, guys, we need a little attention to detail. I caught an issue where they let something slip. And I'm going to call it out. So if you get a chance to watch it again before they pull it from HBO Max, in 31 days from Christmas, because that's when they're going to get rid of it. It's only going to show for 31 days on the streaming service. Then you got to go to movie theaters or however they're going to do it. But this is the deal. All right, here we go. When they were inside the subway station, I saw the icon for the Silver Line trains in the Washington, D.C. area. Little known fact, there was no Silver Line in 1984. The Silver Line just came about within the past decade. So y'all could have at least got a post-it note, a sticky to cover up the Silver Line emblem when you film that part, or post-production. Just kind of, get that out of there. Come on now. Attention to detail, folks, because somebody like me, super nerd, is going to pop up in there and say something about it. Minor nitpicking. It is what it is. If you don't believe me, look it up. See when the Silver Line came into existence in Washington, D.C. All right. Then the last good thing that I'm going to go ahead and say about is fan service. Nods to long-time comic book fans. I'm going to say things like the Invisible Jet, the after credit scene. Yes, the after credit scene with you-know-who. Okay, that was great. All of that was great. Now, they also slid some Easter eggs in there. And I think I'm a little bit of Easter egg, with the Black Adam gear on today. And the reason why I'm saying it, there's a scene in there where they reference something that Black Adam interacted with in the comic books. So when you figure that out, send me a message on Twitter and let me know what it is, okay? Because I know what it is, and I'm not going to spoil everything, but I'm going to say go look at it, check it out, see what's happening. All right, so let's get going. Let's address the bad. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to say was pretty bad. Maxwell Lord. I know you are. What do I think of Maxwell Lord? Let's talk about Maxwell Lord, okay? Here's the deal. My issue is not with the actor, but with the character portrayal itself, okay? I will say this. Pedro Pascal, all right? That's my man. Din Djarin, Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal, you the man, dude. But Maxwell Lord in the comic books was a little more focused, in my opinion, than this guy. Okay? They got the con man portion down right. Early depictions of Maxwell Lord, he was a con man. Understandable. Okay? The redemption arc from Maxwell Lord was forced upon us. I don't think that was cool. Comic book Maxwell Lord ended up being a real focused asshole. So to have the redemption arc, somebody said, we got to lighten this up. And that's what they did. It's cool. I dig it. Now, here's the deal about Maxwell Lord. This is a character who is calculating in the comics. Okay. He plays chess, not checkers. All right. This is a man that outwitted the Batman. This is a man in the comic books that killed the Blue Beetle. This is a man in the comic books that pretty much took over the world through guile, cunning, and similar circumstances as this movie. But I think he was a little too superficial, a little too cartoony in this particular one. That's just me. Okay? It is. His motivations were very one-dimensional. I just want everybody to treat me like I'm something. No, okay, whatever, man. It is what it is. All right. Now, here's the other part. We're going to go in there. Lack of action. This is what got my grandson. He kept asking through the movie, yo, are they going to have some action? Grandpa, where's the action? Where's the action? Where's the action? So here's the thing. The lack of action. Wonder Woman film was devoid of significant action when compared to the first film. Okay, I can understand we're doing character development. This is a build-up. We're showing how you got this character, how you got Wonder Woman to be that warrior you first met in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. But outside of what I consider four major action sequences in the movie, it felt longer watching the movie than its 151-minute runtime, 2.5 hours. It felt longer than that. It felt like, oh God, man. Wow. Okay. The story pacing and the flow of the movie was just slow. Okay. I said it felt longer than what it really was. And I'm one for a good message in a movie. I'm one for it. All right. And I'm good. I love story development. Story development is necessary. I really do. As a comic book fan, I love story development. But here's the thing. It felt slapped together and it didn't have proper sequencing. I would have kept a lot of things, but I would have gotten rid of a few things. Okay. I would have gotten some of the, googly eyes between Steve and Wonder Woman. I had Steve and Diana. Some of the googly eyes was unnecessary. It is what it is. A lot of things that you got. How does Steve Trevor fly the jet? That's a common. It's like, dude, he was flying World War II planes. Is it going to be easy for him to fly a jet? Come on, man. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Now, here's something else that really grind my gears. Okay, the setting of the '80s. All right. Now, this movie was set in 1984. In 1984, I think that was my sophomore year in high school. Okay. And the thing about it, looking at the bright ass colors, seeing the people in the leggings and the big hair and the walking around, and I don't remember any of that in the malls. Maybe it's because I grew up in New York, but this was a very cartoon. I know I'm talking about a superhero and I'm saying it is too cartoon, but Steve Trevor flying the jet, along with the fashion show, him changing Nikes, member only, the Miami Vice trend, and all that other good stuff. Come on, man. Did we really need those montages? Did we really need that? I don't remember the '84 being that rough. I mean, I was, I thought I was a little harder than that in 1984, but maybe that was a product of where I lived. Maybe that was a product of growing up with my friends. Okay. I don't know, but it is what it is. Okay. So here's the thing. There are places out there that have done renditions. Stranger Things from Netflix did a great, that really felt like the '80s to me. Outside of its sci-fi darkness, that really felt like the '80s to me. This felt like a millennials version of the '80s when I was watching Wonder Woman '84. Just saying, the fanny pack, yeah, the fanny pack, let it go. They were not that crucial back then. I don't remember them being that crucial. I had one. I think I still got one in the closet somewhere. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But it is what it is. Now, here's the thing. Nostalgia is a big thing. And I like it and I dig it. But when it's done superficially, please don't attempt it. It's not worth attempting. It wasn't attempting. Yeah, it wasn't worth it. All right, let's go. Let's get down to it so we can get back to our lives, get back to football, get back to whatever we do after Christmas, before New Year's, and getting prepared to lie to ourselves with a bunch of New Year's resolutions. All right, so if you notice, I did not complain about certain things. I did not complain about the complete control of her lasso of truth. I did not complain about her ability to fly, which truthfully in the comic books is she's actually gliding on wind current. If you read the comic book, she's not truly Superman flying. She's kind of like Hulk jumping and gliding. That's kind of how that works. Because a lot of people were questioning, oh, wait a minute. Hey, why she got an invisible jet if she could fly? Well, I mean, how many times do we see Wonder Woman hover? I mean, I think the most that people have seen Wonder Woman flying, if they don't read the comic books, is like the Justice League cartoons. So yeah, go back, review a few of those, check it out. It is what it is. The flight scenes were reminiscent of, say, Superman, Man of Steel. How, that kind of stuff. I mean, that was a lot of fan service. I don't know if it. I mean, I don't know which fans they were trying to get, whether they were trying to get old ones, new ones. I mean, they were all over the place over who they were trying to um, cater to, in my opinion. All right. So here's the thing. Now, if you got problem with those elements, you really need to pick up a comic book. You need to read a comic book. Okay, the lasso of truth. Let's talk about it. Now, the lasso of truth is really they took the guidance on her lasso from the current run of comics. Gail Simone, the writer of recent Wonder Woman comic books, kind of described the lasso of truth as a deadly weapon. It doesn't only bind you, but it follows its mistress's commands, saying that the truth, the lasso, was an extension of Wonder Woman's powers to get the truth, that it could see into your soul. And they kind of did that in the movie without being blatantly overt about it. So, if you want to put it simply, the lasso, per comic books, can follow her mental commands. So the blocking of bullets, the swinging on lightning bolts, the things like that, which really it wasn't swinging on lightning bolts, because if you remember the fight scene between her and Cheetah, she was really swinging between those electrified wires. If you look close, I don't really think it was lightning bolts. Maybe I have to watch it again. I know the trailer made it look like lightning bolts, but I have to look at it. But it has happened in comic books. That's the thing. They took it from the source material. So we can't argue. We can't fuss. All we could do is sit there and say, maybe I don't think they should have did that. It is okay. But it did seem slightly overpowered. I mean, waving like the helicopter, whatever, blocking bullets. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so you guys really want to know what your boy Onyx gives Wonder Woman 84. All right? Where does it fall on the going full nerd scale? Well, here's where it falls. Right in the middle. It is a take it or leave it movie. It is a take it or leave it movie. I gave it a 3 right up the middle. Okay? You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. But it doesn't flow either way for your boy. And the reason being is because I think it's too little, too late. These are the kind of things that should have happened before her introduction in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Now, for those Zack Snyder cats who are going to complain and say this wasn't the Warrior Woman and thing like that, this is not the Wonder Woman I'm used to, this ain't the Wonder Woman from the first movie, this ain't the Wonder Woman from Justice League or Batman v Superman. No, it is not. This is a growing Wonder Woman. This is the one coming into herself. This is the development of the character that should have happened prior to seeing those versions. That's it. Plain and simple. Okay? Here's my thing. I wouldn't take any risk to go see this in theaters. It's not worth it. If this was our normal movie going time, I would have said skip the IMAX, skip any special showings, and catch a matinee. That's how I feel about Wonder Woman 84. Am I happy? Yeah. Am I going to watch it again before its 31 days are over on the streaming service? Maybe. I might glance it just to see if I missed anything, But the thing about it, it is what it is. 3 straight up the middle. It wasn't good, but it wasn't that bad either. Take it or leave it. Your mileage may vary. Now let's talk about one blaring thing. And you could call this the Onyx 2 movement, but I think Wonder Woman should be brought on charges because, in essence, she did have carnal knowledge of the guy that Steve Trevor possessed his body. And basically, in seeing him at the end of the movie, she kind of gave him that look like, hmm, I hit that. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. We didn't get any explanation of that. And that really, really is wrong in so many ways. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay. So I don't know if this was intentional. This is not empowering. This is actually rather creepy and not something that I would want, you know, advertised, or that should have kind of left it on the editing room floor. That's just me. Just me. And thank you very much for getting the post-credit scene. Let's talk Linda Carter for a moment. She's playing a character known as Asteria. I hope that they can bring this character back. I hope they can make this character meet and mentor Gal Gadot's character just a little bit. Don't know if it's going to be in the third movie. They just Patty Jenkins just announced that they are going to have a third movie. She is going to direct it. I think that's what came in the announcements. I was checking before I got on to live stream this. But hey, it is what it is. I really, really hope and that the next Wonder Woman movie, I hope Thursday time is the charm. And well, excuse me, didn't get my notification that my camera was going to act up a little bit, but I really hope that the third movie, which they say is going to be in present day, they're not going to do any more flashbacks, no 90s, no early 2000s. It's going to be present day, and I really, really hope that that we could get more of Linda Carter in. 2020 has been real sucky. People have been going left and right in 2020. We lost Ecstasy from Houdini. A lot of actors, a lot of people. I mean, I've had family members who passed away this year, and it gets really rough. But the thing about it is let's try to appreciate and get these things out as soon as we can. Try to get some entertainment and bring some joy to people to try to uplift a few spirits, especially coming up in 2021 after this year. Okay, so pretty much that's it, guys. That's all I got for the recording. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. We ran a little bit over what we normally run over. Hey, Wonder Woman, the apology. That would be something else. But hey, who knows? Hopefully the next Wonder Woman will take a more aggressive tone. Will have more focus more on her warrior spirit. Less golden armor, more sword, shield, a more what shall I say, challenging villain. The first movie she was fighting the gods, which was great. This one, not so much, fighting the effects of an artifact, which is kind of keeping in the theme. But it would be great for the next movie. Let's go and really dig into the Wonder Woman mythos. Get one of her more powerful, villains, or something that's worthy, that makes her have to think, struggle, and gets a lot more action. That's what it really felt like this movie was missing, was more action. I think, well, we had we had the mall fight, the desert fight, the cheetah fight, and the White House fight. We had 4 action scenes. 4. For a 2.5-hour movie, just 4. And they weren't all that intensive. Come on now. Superheroes is about action. Let's get some action in there. Anyway, no, we're not going to introduce Wonder Girl. We're not going to introduce Teen Titans, all that. Leave that to the streaming services. But anyway, hey, thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate you popping in. Thanks to my man Ron. Thanks to my man Omar for popping in, giving me some commentary, and giving me a few talking points that I could reach out and touch. And anyway, as always, I like to say, if you can't say anything nice to anybody, don't say it at all. Send me a note on Twitter. Let me say it for you. Anyway, peace, y'all. And I'm out of here. I guess I need to go ahead and hit that funky outro music. Let's hit that funky outro music because you got to want it. And let's fade it in. Peace, y'all. I'm out of here. Man, it's something else. It gets real hot in here, and I'm really appreciate each and every one of you that take the time to listen and contribute. You know, especially my old school friends, man. You guys are the greatest. I really appreciate the support. Hey, have a happy new year. I'm going to go ahead. The next one is going to be in 2021. This is it. I'm signing off. This is the last live going full nerd one for 2020. Hopefully we could do something. Maybe I could hit the lottery this week or something, and we could really start 2021 off with a bang. And let's start it off with a good bang. Peace.